whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name is Hannah, and I'm honored to introduce you to these intriguing and majestic animals. There's nothing like seeing killer whales up close and learning about them and their natural behaviors. We hope today's Orca Encounter gives you a better understanding of these incredible animals and all that they represent.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types, or ecotypes, of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whale size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
And today, Corky and Ikaika will help me demonstrate to you some of their physical characteristics. Their blowhole is perfectly designed for catching a quick breath of air at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looks like their eyes are located in that white oval eye patch, but that is a visual distraction. Their eyes are actually located in the black area, just in front, camouflage from thrashing prey. The fin on the whale's back is called the dorsal fin, and it helps stabilize orcas while they swim. It also helps regulate their body temperature. Since there is no bone or muscle structure in this fin at all, sometimes you may see it curve. The flippers on either side of their body are called pectoral flippers, and they're mainly used for steering and stopping. Pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside of them, just like the human hand. The lobes on either side of their tail are called tail flukes. The tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them to speeds of almost 30 miles per hour. That's as fast as some of our speedboats. But they swim the fastest and use the most power when propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orca pod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as a form of their communication. They can use pectoral slaps on the surface of the water to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother might use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when they really want to be heard, they preach. Killer whales use spy hopping to get a better view of their environment and coordinate with each other while they hunt. Fluke slaps are another form of communication that killer whales can use in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. As you can see, killer whales are excellent communicators, so it's no surprise they're at the very top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Southern Hemisphere can actually capture sea lions by pulling them right off the beach. Watch as Kalia demonstrates demonstrates a similar behavior right here in front of all of you. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking unsuspecting seals right into the water. Ulises is showing off this same wave-making technique, demonstrating one of the most impressive and complex hunting abilities killer whales have developed around the world. Waves crashing in front of you, but you can't truly imagine the amount of water displaced until you experience it firsthand. Luckily, I have two very special volunteers who are going to feel the power of the killer whale. And 55 degrees salt water. Take a seat right here on your iceberg, side by side. Hold on tight to that white handle so you don't get washed away. And here comes 10,000-pound Ulises to give you a very special hello. Who's ready to see him get wet? In 3, 2, and 1. How did that feel? Good? All right. Let's give one last round of applause for our very brave and our very wet volunteers. They're very smart. They're wearing a poncho. Because killer whales live in all parts of the ocean, it's no surprise to eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale on the screen behind me is the largest animal on Earth. In fact, it is 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than a killer whale. So, how does a killer whale this size eat a blue whale that size out in the ocean? Well, it's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
Play is an important part of everyday life for killer whales. It's how they teach their young to hunt and practice their skills as they grow. Killer whales are always showing off their playful side, both out in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when killer whales swim fast at the surface, breaking out of the water just briefly. You can see them doing this when catching Arrion in the wake of a boat or when surfing in an ocean wave. Love to be touched and will often rub their bellies on rocks when they can. We see our whales demonstrate the same behavior, just like killer whales in British Columbia would. Killer whales in the wild also imitate one another. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are always mimicking from and learning from one another. Playful behavior does have a purpose. For example, killer whales in the wild might use a tail whip in hunting to stun fish. But today, I think they're going to come stun all of you. We interact with our whales all day, every day here at SeaWorld. It helps us build trusted relationships, provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. All our whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. For example, they can roll over and present us their tail flukes. This is helpful in getting a voluntary blood sample from the vein that runs along the inside of their tail. They can even slide out onto a scale, as you see Orca doing in this video. We monitor all our whales' weights to make sure our young ones are growing up properly and our older ones are maintaining a healthy weight. We can even get a breast sample from their blowhole, all because of the trusted relationships we build here at SeaWorld day after day. Now, I want to take a minute to introduce you to 3 very special whales of our pod. Coming to join me out here, we have Corky, Ikaika, and Keet. They range in age from 20 years old to 57 years old. Corky is our oldest killer whale that lives here at SeaWorld San Diego, and she's turning 58 years old at the end of the month. Each of the whales has their own personality, and each of our whales here is very sweet, very smart, and also very sassy. We interact with our whales all day, every day, to challenge and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play all help keep our whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by doing this, research and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Ulises Orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you so much for joining us here at Orca Encounter. We hope you gain a better appreciation for these incredible